Hi everybody, this is my garden this year. I'm starting by showing you first my labyrinth because this is where I come to begin my work in the garden so that I can connect with the divine energies of the Divine Mother and Mother Nature, and so I can bring forth that energy into my garden. This is the front of the house. Those are bachelor buttons in the foreground. And the sweet peas are starting to flower on the right. I've planted some wonderful perennials in here in the empty space, as well as along the side over there. Can't wait to show you when they come in bloom. Over here, we have these beautiful roses in bloom. They go all the way up the trellis. And over here, and I've planted some beautiful perennials down here as well. On the steps are plants waiting to be planted. And over here is my new flower garden, which I just planted this year. We have wonderful friends from whom we get all of our eggs. They loaned us their motor tiller, and so we've increased the garden by 3. It's 3 times as large as it used to be. So I'm planting a lot of flowers this year. Our beautiful little angel there lost her wings in a windstorm, and Jim needs to glue them back on. Over here is more garden space waiting to be planted. Not quite sure what I'm going to do here because this is pretty shady. But the back portion seems to get a good amount of sun during the day. And I've got my strawberries there, and parsley, and a lot more bachelor's buttons. Here's our boat, waiting to go out onto the beautiful reservoir. Back over here. Now you can see the rest of the garden from here. This is my cold frame, which I'm still kind of learning to use. But I got a bunch of parsley and cilantro growing very nicely there. And some Anaheim peppers waiting to be planted. Jim makes an amazing green chili with Anaheim peppers. So I'm really looking forward to have a lot of them here. This is my tub I have a hand pump to pump out the water from the bathtub to use it for watering. Over here are the sunflowers that sprouted spontaneously from my giant sunflowers last year. So I've been transplanting them around the garden, and I've planted spinach there. This is my beautiful lettuce bed that I started in the cold frame months ago, and the lettuce is coming up really nicely right now. The tall green ones are garlic that also sprouted spontaneously from the garlic that I planted last year. The garlic I planted last year didn't get very big, and so I guess I left a bunch of them in the ground, and they sprouted with lots of little baby garlic. So I separated them and planted them, and they seem to be doing pretty well. This here is horseradish, which apparently multiplies like a weed. So I'll be able to make my own horseradish. Over here are our other rose bushes. We've got dark burgundy pink, middle pink, and very, very light, delicate pink. Over here in the corner are my beets that are coming up very nicely. Here's more of the sweet pea along the fence, and giant sunflowers, which also sprouted spontaneously. Down here are purple onions that I have tried to grow from seed. Those are the small ones in the back, and the larger ones in the front I planted. And that is cilantro that has come up spontaneously as well. And back here are my potatoes. I planted my potatoes really early this year because I saw that pieces of potatoes that had been left in the ground over the winter were already sprouting. And they're doing obviously very, very well. Over here is the new part of the new garden that we have dug up. Try to get so the sun is behind me here, get a better view. These are beans down here. Down that way are the peas. Got beautiful sweet peas, those last two segments. Some kale growing down there. Some melons at the end that you can't see yet. And I planted a bunch of tomatoes, along the fence this year. I've never tried to do them along a fence, but I thought it would be nice to try instead of going up the poles. So we'll see how that goes. Over here is where I'll be transplanting the peppers and putting some more things here. Not quite sure what. That's my beautiful geranium that we wintered in the house. Also doing very well. Now we'll come back over here. Here are my strawberries. Got some nice big ones in there just waiting to be picked. I went and got a net for the birds. They like them a lot too. My rose bush that I got for the scent because they just smell heavenly. Over here, got another whole row of lettuce. And carrots and spinach and more carrots. And behind the lettuce are more different varieties of hot peppers. I got some really hot peppers, some medium peppers, some eggplant, and I've planted some herbs between the eggplant that are supposed to be good for them, like dill and basil and that kind of stuff. Over here are my broccoli with the basil that I started indoors, which is coming really, really nicely. Peppers behind. And some beautiful